801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now. UAMS Health Ortho Now, they provide fast, convenient care for all your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. No appointment needed. Walk in for immediate care, get on-site x-rays, and see the best in orthopedic care all in one place. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674. Thanks for joining us here at Robinson High School. It is semifinal Saturday. I'm Steve Henson and joined by Mr. Sam. I didn't forget your last name. Stewart. I knew that, and I was going to say it, and then I was like, that's wrong. Sam Stewart. I knew it, and I second-guessed myself. Look at me go. I got fired in the last game, so I'm just trying to reset myself here.
Making sure it never happens again.
Yeah, I was quickly reinstated, though, now that JP has to go cheer hard on the sidelines for this one. And I think this is the one that definitely everybody here's been waiting for.
Absolutely. These are two big teams coming together now. And one win is a trip to the state finals. A lot on the line here.
Yeah, we were talking a moment ago just about, before we went live, about these two teams. And I've seen a lot of hope over the last 2 days. I've done all their matches the last 2 days. And this is a squad that they've played extremely well. They're impressive to watch. And I'm excited to see Robinson because I know Coach Escola and those guys, they've all been excited about this moment. And you host these, a lot of people ask, why would you host a state tournament? Because there's not a lot of benefit financially for the school. Matter of fact, there's no benefit financially for the schools. The AAA gets all the gate. The only benefit for the schools in terms of financial is concession sales and those kind of things. And so typically when you host one of these events, you walk away probably losing money as a school from a business side of it. But the important piece of it is you always bid for these if you feel like you have a squad that's good enough to win it all.
Absolutely.
Because you want to create that home field advantage throughout the tournament so that you have an opportunity to go play for a state title. Robinson's had that opportunity the last couple of years and come up short. This year, they look like not only do they have the boys' squad to do it, but the girls' squad to do it. And we're going to get to see the boys go at it right here, right now at noon, almost high noon, a little late on the first one at 12:23. And as we look at the bracket, and this is how our teams got here. Robinson, a 1-0 victory over the 4-seed Clarksville in round 1, and then a 3-0 victory over Nashville in round 2. So no goals allowed. That's an impressive performance through two matches.
Absolutely. You know, you take a look at here, Hope right now putting on goals against both Warren and Green Forest. I'm excited to see their attack. In fact, I haven't seen either of these teams play, and so I'm really itching to find out why Robinson is the #1 ranked team and the favorites of this entire tournament. But Hope looking like they're not going away anytime soon, putting on a lot of goals. I'm interested to see how their attack will mesh with Robinson's defense. I've heard great things, but we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top and who books their ticket to a state final.
You know, and when you look on the bottom side of this bracket and how Hope got to this point, you know, Green Forest knocks off Brooklyn in round 1, 5-1. Hope, no issues. I called that one over at Maumelle. 4-0 victory over Warren. They were never threatened in that match. Warren, I don't know how many actual shots on goal they had. Hope played the aggressor the entire match, and it was impressive to watch. And then, of course, yesterday, Hope comes in, and I was talking to Treniscola a little bit. You know, Green Forest is, for as much as people looked at Robinson as being the team that was the favorite, and it's easy to do that when you're playing the matches at home. Green Forest was the defending 3A back-to-back 3A state champions before moving up to 4A, undefeated, no losses on the season, and this Hope squad just came in and really took it to them. And I was impressed with Hope yesterday in their ability to come back. Green Forest jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Hope tied it. Green Forest got to a 2-1 lead. Hope was able to tie it again at 2, and then just took control from that point forward in a 4-2 victory. And it's impressive to watch this Hope team. And when you look, you wonder stylistically what's going to win out. We talk about defense wins. We've seen, Robinson, not a ton of goals. They've done enough. But defensively, they are very impressive. This is a Robinson squad that does everything they can to keep you out of the net and to force the action. And so stylistically, I think this matchup is extremely exciting.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see these teams get underway. And going back to that, I played 3A soccer, and Green Forest was a name that we had all heard. We knew they were very, very good, and that, they were just dominant every time they played in this 3A tournament. But now when you take a step up, a level up, we see the competitiveness of this Hope squad and how Green Forest is not such an easy road anymore for these guys. And so I'm interested to see how Hope plays, and I'm interested to see how Robinson deals with their goal attacking, being able to put 4 goals in each round past Warren and Green Forest. And so this is going to be one exciting matchup. Can't wait for it, Steve.
You can tell the excitement level already as I'm looking at our live, and there's already a great number of folks that have jumped on, a little over 130 people here early on, and I'm checking the comments. Sally Reisner, yes, I'm aware. Coach Scola is not the boys' coach, but he is the athletic director and in charge of all things Robinson sports, and he's my main point of contact anytime I do anything over here at Robinson. So my what I'm relaying there is I know Coach Scola very excited about both of his soccer programs and the potential that they have to play for a state championship. And they're going to get that opportunity if they can pick up one more win right here today.
Absolutely. Robinson with the home field advantage. But if we look over to the right side of the stands, there is a swarm of Hope fans cheering on their team. They've got umbrellas, tents, and flags just waving around. And so it's not going to be an easy road for Robinson here. They're going to have to take it to them, even with home field advantage.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We saw a much larger crowd, it seemed, in our previous match. Now the stands a little more desolate, and that could be because a lot of people are hunting for shade. It's gotten very warm. I went out and moved my car hunting for shade during the last match, hoping to find a tree I can park under so it's not 10,000 degrees when I get in it later today. But it is hot. And if you're not finding a shaded area, you're going to struggle today. So I would almost
Absolutely.
bet. But I do want to give the Hope fans a ton of credit. They've traveled well all 3 days. They've been kind of put in that position where they've had to go to 3 different locations. They played Thursday at Maumelle. They played yesterday at Bauxite. Now today they're playing here. So they've had to run the travel circuit, you could say,
right.
between the 3. And their fans have shown up in mass, not only here, not only in the stands, but they've been some of my favorites to interact with in our comments.
Absolutely. Let's get underway.
Oh, and they bring all the noisemakers, too. It's
My
a
goodness.
lot of fun.
Not only Hope, but as well as Robinson. We got a few people just banging the snare drum.
Drums
I mean,
and all, man.
yeah, one of those is my best friend, too. Keep playing, man. You got it.
Yeah, JP said he had to make the race to his car to get his gear ready to come out and cheer on the Senators. So I know you guys would love to hear JP right now.
Early on. You know, it just warms your heart that there's so much support going on both sides of this tournament. I mean, just look at it. If I was a player, I would be so encouraged because this is state semifinal game. There's a lot of nerve, a lot of tension out here on both sides. Both are looking to book their ticket, but only one's going to advance. And so support like this is very much needed.
Yeah, it definitely makes a huge difference. I mean, obviously you see the crowds that come out for other sports, and I think I've made the comment a couple of times throughout our broadcast. You know, spring sports sometimes can become an afterthought because we all kind of just take a breath after football and basketball season, and it's exciting to see this amount of support. So
Absolutely.
Free kick is taken down by Mr. Pacheco, the keeper. See, I'm so good with Hope at this point. I know there are people that don't look at the roster anymore.
I've got some catching up to do.
It takes a few, trust me. I tell people all the time when we get into the beginning, even of our normal seasons of calling stuff, that it'll usually take me 2 or 3 games before I actually know every number and name out there on the field or court.
Absolutely.
So. JP's going to be heard on the broadcast no matter what, whether it's his voice or his drums. He's got it rolling out there.
Get used to it, folks. Robinson ain't going away, and they ain't going quiet.
Yeah, there's a few times yesterday, especially with Warren. You know, Warren and I can't remember who else it was. They've got those little, I don't know what you call them, but they make the rattling noises.
Little shakers,
yes,
yeah.
the shakers. And, man, I had to turn our crowd mics down a little bit yesterday because it was ringing in my ears.
You know, if you're the opposing team, then those are probably the most annoying things on the entire planet.
Without a doubt. It's kind of like if you watch baseball, the Vandy whistler for Vanderbilt does baseball.
Goodness.
Ugh, can't stand
Don't
that
even get
guy.
me started. Robinson repping the gold and black and hope, repping the red and the white.
You know, and you know Robinson's going to play with maybe a little extra. Their captain, John Tate, over on crutches there on the sideline. Once again, you hate to see that for John Tate. It's such an unfortunate situation. 3 ACL tears, is that correct? Am I correct in that?
That was his first ever postseason game to play in.
That's unbelievable. To finally get to play in a postseason game and then suffer a third torn ACL is just devastating. You hate it for him. So you really hope, if as a Robinson fan, that they can finish this off and play
Absolutely.
at UCA and get that state title. A young man that means so much to this program.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. A little push in the back there from number 2, Mikey Smith. Just being a little bit aggressive. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, this is tense stuff. You got to play aggressive, got to play hard. At the same time, you can't let it get out of control.
Yeah, you would expect the aggression. Obviously, this is it. You win, or you're and for all these seniors, last time that you're going to step out there on the pitch, and so
Absolutely.
important to pick up that victory, and the aggression will be high today.
Keeper comes out to collect. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this Robinson defense, especially from their keeper. I believe it's, well, actually not quite sure. Is it Jesus Cervantes? I've heard really, really good things. I'm excited to watch him play, see how he does.
Well, I have a feeling he's going to be put to work quite a bit in this one, as will Pacheco. As Pacheco clears this one.
It's number 16, Levi Walterhouse, putting on the pressure.
You know, one thing I did like in terms of the scheduling is a lot of times you'll be in the host school, your squad will play that early 9 a.m. match throughout the tournament. I know, you know, Coach Delaney does that with his baseball invitational. He puts his team out there at 9 a.m. every morning, and so I think it's great that these guys have played at, you know, various times, not having to worry about that super early setup. So an opportunity here is that one headed out.
Gonna be a goal kick there for Hope.
A lot of Let's Go Bobcats in the comments already, so you can tell the Hope fans are showing up in mass already. Did somebody say Bearcats? Oh, okay. I saw that in the comments. I was like, I didn't think I said Bearcats, but
If we did,
I apologize.
Yeah, our apologies. We just had a girls' game against CAC Mustangs and the Brooklyn Bearcats. Still trying to get used to it.
Yeah, that you know, it got me yesterday. We had multiple Bearcats playing yesterday over at Bauxite with Mina as well. So.
Oh, wow. People just love their Bearcats.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that would be a common mascot, but apparently it is.
Anything's possible in good old Arkansas.
It's okay, though. Nothing really beats the Sand Lizards of Dardanelle.
Very good team.
I think they said Sand Dragon yesterday on here. The guy I had yesterday, Sand Dragon.
No real Sand Dragon. Interesting.
Great clearance, number 7. That is. That's Canyon Przowski.
So the filling out process here in this first half of play. 33 minutes to go in our half.
That's good pressure by
nice
Robinson. Oh, just a slip up there. He retains
job,
possession.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there's a little bit of a tussle. Number 4, Dylan Mercado with the offense.
And you see for Robinson, number 13, William Tate, another one of the captains. He's out there kind of asking, hey, what do I got to do to get that foul call, as he was taken out as well around the 30-yard line. And so now you see that conversation continuing between himself and the official. Now all seems to be cleared up. You know, and one thing we saw yesterday, it really, Green Forest and Hope both did it a lot, but Pacheco found himself coming way away from the net a lot of times and got him in trouble a few times in the first half, and that led to some Green Forest scores. But so far, we'll see if there's any adjustments. They adjusted to that a little bit in the second half yesterday, not allowed another goal from Green Forest. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that adjustment's been made here today as well against Robinson.
Oh, it's a great interception by the Hope defense. You know, and as a keeper, it's all about the timing, you know, and the communication with your defenders, either saying, I got it, or saying, get the ball out of here. You can't have miscommunication. And I've already seen that today with the girls' game, 2 miscommunications from the keeper. It is a very costly thing.
And you think about it, that first one, really, the 2 goals during regulation came off of
tackle.
some miscommunication as Pacheco clears it. Really, the only goal for CAC was an own goal. It went off the arms of a Brooklyn player into the net, which is before Brooklyn eventually wins in PKs. Shot on goal.
Pacheco with a easy recovery. Gosh dang it.
Give a shout out to number 21, David Ruiz, is in our chat here. Mr. Ruiz all the way taking his lunch in New Orleans and watching, so appreciate you joining us. That's the cool part about being able to broadcast this is, you get people from all over who typically would just have to wait for the text updates from a family member, but now they can watch all the action.
That's right. We are happy to be here and happy to do it. Love the support here from the comments section as well.
That would be even cooler is to see Mr. Ruiz make a goal. We may need the video reaction of David Ruiz or of Mr. Ruiz, and if that were to happen. We may need to plug this iPad in over here, Will. Oh, hang on. I think we killed the telestrator. It was going dead. That's true. We got this replay machine here. This will work. There it is. We're back.
There we go.
That is a very cool addition. The telestrator is pretty fun to get to play around with. I know we're going to have a lot of fun with that when we roll into football season next fall. So,
Yeah, you really just want to get it into this nice little area for anyone to really take a chance and a nice goal-scoring opportunity, and there it is.
good job there to deny for Robinson, and now an opportunity for the Senators.
Drake Holland at the end of it. It's going to go out.
So quick moving start here to our first half of play. 12 minutes in, no scoring yet.
Both teams just trying to retain possession and figure out a way to break this defensive line on either side. Right now, Hope midfield really controlling the game. As a boot forward, intercepted by number 4.
Now Hope with an opportunity. Into the box. And an easy save there for the keeper.
And Cervantes with a huge boot forward to Drake Holland. Is intercepted.
Hope another chance here. And good job
Nice
there.
good shielding from number 24, Miguel Castro. Shared captain with William Tate and Eli Hardage. That's great shielding. A great way to use your head. And Pacheco collects. See the Robinson fans on the drum over there trying to give their team an extra boost here by the first 15 minutes.
I feel like we need to go give JP an umbrella or something, though. I mean,
He's going to get quite a nice tan.
as we were saying yesterday, though, you know, at Bauxite, the ball girls for Bauxite, they were out behind the net. They spent most of their time sunbathing back there, and so there's a few times they about took a soccer ball to the head. And
Got to be careful.
So, you know, I mean, I guess school's almost out. Lake season's around the corner. Get your tan while you can.
I've already noticed number 8 on Hope, Aniel Felipe, quite controlling the midfield, and his touch very pristine, controls the game, has great control. And look at him here, just trying to break through the Robinson midfield. It'll be interesting to see how much he actually does control that midfield against Robinson's 3.
kicked away off of our canopy over there. And, you know, I was looking through the comments again. It's one of my favorite names on the roster, Giovanni Pizza. And I know he's affectionately called Pizza. And they kept putting the pizza slices up in the comments. But I keep hoping. Now, you're not familiar with our favorite dessert in the entire world, the Pizookie. It's made the lore around as one of our sponsors. Man. But I made the commitment yesterday that if Giovanni makes a goal, I'm going to call it a Pizookie. And I'm still waiting for the pizza goal.
You know, I've actually never had a Pizookie, Steve. I'm still waiting on my first one.
No, we need to change that. Just got to go see our friends at American Pie Pizza. Free plug for Tamsy and our friends.
Would absolutely love to. It's going to be throw in by number 14, Fabian Aguilar. Oh.
And they switched it up on you.
Nathan Sanchez. Ref asking him to hold back, give him some words. Miscommunication there. Hope takes advantage.
Good recovery, though, by the Senators. And this is a great
ref
opportunity.
Says he's on. Drake Holland. He's got no support. It's going to get kicked out for a goal kick. I mean, sorry, corner.
I'm not real sure what that means, but
King of Rats.
King of Rats.
Well, if he scores, we know what to call him. Number 13, William Tate to take for Robinson. Cross comes in. Hope fans making their statement clear. Chip in just a bit much. Check out recover again. So far, timing has been really well for Pacheco. Coming towards the ball and gathering.
Another good opportunity here for the
Senators. Great through ball. It's going to be called back.
Now we've got an injured Senator back here at the 32.
William Tate.
Oh, boy.
Is John Tate and William Tate related?
Yes, brothers.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you'd hate to see another Tate go down with an injury.
Man, no doubt.
That'd be good.
Looks like maybe just one of those hit the turf hard situations. Thank goodness as he's back up. And now conversation with the Hope Bobcat players there at the 20 and the official. Now they get everybody set for the kick here. Oh, Tate
Just
found
draw
his
falls
man.
for Drake Holland. A little scuffle, and it's going to be cleared out by the Bobcats defense. Castro goes early. It's a great interception. And Cervantes will recover.
I'll tell you what, Cervantes may also have a future as a punter on the football side of things, too. Booting it like that. He better watch out for Coach Updegrove calling soon.
Absolutely.
Congrats to Coach Updegrove, new Robinson Senator football coach, with the retirement of Coach Escola from the football side of things.
One more pass could be a goal here. And it's a great stretch from Pacheco to save that and draw that back in.
Now, Sam, from a soccer mind, would you have liked to have seen a little more on that? I don't know if he was able to get more on that kick, but it seemed like maybe Obviously, a good stretch by Pacheco, but it seemed like he maybe could have put a little more heat on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. As a former striker, one thing is definitely putting it on frame and where the keeper, where it's hard to get. But also definitely putting a lot more power into it. I think it was a little bit lacking, but it was honestly a great shot. Great way to test the keeper, and Robinson's looking strong here first 20 minutes. But he played it safe, and honestly, I probably would have done the same thing. So
halfway through our first half. We should be seeing water break stoppage soon. I think the Hope fans very happy with that save by Pacheco. Very excited in the comments.
Number 10 again, Joshua Ramos.
Yeah, and you got to watch out. Anil Felipe, number 8 for Hope, had the hat trick yesterday, 3 of the 4 goals for Hope. Wow. And playing out there with a broken hand, had it there at that moment. Now we're going to try to feed it here.
It's great recovery and defense. I believe it's number 8, Eli Hardage, the other captain on this Robinson team. But yeah, I think you can tell right away the number 8 and 10 on Hope, Felipe and Ramos, really trying to just control the game and play it steady into their favor and in their hand.
Now, Felipe was an absolute beast, which you kind of have to be if you're going to pull off the hat trick, but absolutely a phenomenal day yesterday. Corner kick.
Oh, goodness. Swung back in beautifully with the back heel, but just couldn't capitalize on that finish in the box.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the number. That was a great play. He continues to make his way up, and I think this will be our pause for our water break as they will stop the action. That'll give me an opportunity to talk about our friends over at UAMS Orthopedic Hospital or Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. When you think about total joint replacement, you should think of the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. This great facility is the best total joint surgeons in the state, with Doctors Lowry Barnes, Jeff Steinbaugh, Ben Stronach, and Simon Mears. Why would you consider going anywhere else? People come to UAMS Health from around the country to have their joints replaced. You should too. Call 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now. And so we're going to take a water break as well with them, and we will be right back with the action here in just a moment.
801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
And we are back here with the action here at Charlie George Stadium here at Robinson. I'm Sam Stewart, and just got done with a water break, and it is Robinson against Hope here. Still 0-0, and it's going to be a goal kick. Booted forward to number 11, Seth Stevens. It just gets away. 14 Aguilar to take the throw. And Steve is back with us. Steve, how are you?
I'm good. My water break went long. They've added a day in our a day to the calendar in our comments section, saying that state finals is May 32nd. They are next weekend. I don't have times yet, but they are next week at UCA. Yeah, sorry, Abraham, I missed that. But yeah, state finals are next week. We don't have dates and times just yet. Those will be released once all matches are complete here today between all classifications, and then AAA will start putting those times and dates out. I myself am waiting as well with bated breath because I'll be on the baseball broadcast doing camera work. So it matters when you have children and you got to figure out the logistics of getting children back and forth to school, especially when my wife's running the other camera.
It's going to be Balloon Tate to take. Corners in. And it's going to hit the goal post, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's going to be a goal kick. Pacheco to take.
I thought I saw the yellow post start to shake, and I didn't hear their whistle initially. I do like that here now at Maumelle, in Bauxite, they have white goalpost, and so it really starts to kind of blend. And I know we had a moment in the Maumelle game, or in the Maumelle matches, where it looked like the ball obviously hit the actual net itself, went up and then into the goal. It hit the net, or the bar of the net.
Goodness.
Went up and went in, and the officials ruled that it hit the goal posting and they wiped away the goal, which was
my goodness,
a disappointing situation there.
It can be really hard to tell, especially, you don't know what angle the referee's going to be at when he sees the call. And so, yeah, it's quite unfortunate, really.
Yeah, that's fine. I like the difference here, the contrast with the yellow and the white, and I think that probably helps a little bit, be able to tell what it's hitting.
And it looks like it's going to be called back for, I guess, a possible foul. It's going to be Felipe to take. He's going for the near post there, and Cervantes is going to let that one go out. It's going to be goal kick Robinson.
Fast-moving first half, it seems, as we're already just 15 minutes left in the first half. No goals. Defense has been excellent so far from both squads.
I wouldn't be surprised to see something here pretty soon from either side. It's looking pretty even right now, but I believe Robinson has had probably the most chances. It looks like a through ball in, just out.
Again, trying to set up Felipe.
13, Nathan Sanchez to throw.
I believe, I could be wrong, but if my memory is serving me well, I believe it was Sanchez that scored the other goal yesterday for Hope.
You know more than me, Steve.
I'm trying to remember from memory. I've seen a lot of soccer over the last 2.5 days now.
Mm-hmm. Big throw by Sanchez. It's going to be headed out. Seth Stevens trying to intercept. Hope retains possession. There's great shielding from Ramos there. Just a very controlling midfield. Understands the game well. Understands spacing well. And is just able to work off the Robinson midfield and create a run. There it is again, but it's intercepted by number 6. Jesse Servin out for a throw. Big boot by Servin. It's going to drop for Seth Stevens. Okay, good interception from Hope. Looking to counter now. big boot forward. Trevante Tez is going to pick it up nicely. Seems to be pretty back and forth right here, just still trying to find a way to open up both defenses. And nothing much yet.
Upper Broke's an assistant, so he knows about that kicker.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. It wouldn't be the first time. Obviously, John and William Tate, both kickers on the football team. More, obviously, of the younger of the two. William Tate has been out there kicking for the Senator football team with the injury to John Tate. Both strong legs and two of the better kickers in the entire state when you start looking at that sport. And so it stands to reason, obviously, coming from the world of soccer, that you'd be a very strong kicker. So. Abraham Espinoza. Yeah, it is great to have a partner today, and one that knows soccer. I know you guys are probably enjoying that a whole lot more. I think yesterday probably felt more like a podcast.
Before it's going to be deflected. Number 47, Elliot Vasquez. Corner to take for Robinson. Looks like Seth Stevens going to be on the end of it.
So now the corner kick.
Signal. Whipped in there. It's bobbled around. Still not out, and now it's cleared. And the Bobcats on the other end trying to go the other way.
Big missed opportunity there for the Senators. Let's see if Hope can.
And Stevens putting on the pressure. And refs has play on.
Wow.
Follow through was a bit sketchy, but refs continues. And it's a bad pass. It's going to be out for a throw. Lua Ong to take. No, sorry, Steven Sanchez.
I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again.
Looks like that's going to be out for a possible corner kick. Oh, no.
I do appreciate the compliments.
Sanchez was the big throw in. It's going to be cleared out. Lua Ong to recover. So a scoot forward. That's going to be picked up. Cleared out by number 14, Fabian Aguilar.
Well, we do have a quick break since we're here at Robinson. I do want to say good luck to Coach Delaney and his Robinson Senator baseball team as they'll play semifinal action at 2:30 today down in Monticello against Brooklyn for their right to play in the state championship next week. So good luck, Coach Delaney, and your Robinson Senator baseball squad.
It's nice control. It continues with it. It's a shot blocked.
Great play by number 3, Carlos Garcia, to get in the way of that.
It's going to be kicked out for a corner, and now substitution on for Robinson. Oh, nope, never mind.
In that same breath as well, I want to say good luck to Coach Jared White and his Maumelle Lady Hornet softball team as they'll face Benton at 2:30 today for their right to try to play for a state title next week at UCA as well. Hush your mouth, William. Benton has definitely become Maumelle's kryptonite.
Steve Sanchez, physical body tackle. Trying to chip it forward, but it's going to be recovered by Pacheco again.
You know, Will's my business partner and excellent producer. His worst nightmare is starting to materialize, though. As we'll see what happens here, but I told him earlier we're going to have 4 games that go to penalty kicks today. So.
Oh, goodness. Someone score, please. It's a great run. Tries to play it forward. And Miguel Castro picking that up. Steven Sanchez falling to the ground. And Anthony Dominguez picking it up. Bobbling it around, trying to regain possession. Head towards his defense by Levi Walterhouse. A little miscommunication there.
Ooh.
That was quite close. Bit sketchy from Pacheco, but Hope recovers.
Really a huge break for the Senators there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Foul by number 4, Dylan Mercado. Stuck a leg out, tripped up Castro. Trevon to kick. It's a good touch by number 22, Yali Velasquez. There's no one in the midfield for Hope. Robinson recovers.
Yeah, and to your point in our first match, seeing a lot more being played in the midfield here in this one.
Absolutely. In midfield, you control the midfield, you control the game. And right
nice
now,
pass.
And it's a good tackle by number 4, Dylan Mercado again. He's been all over the field. I've seen him in the Robinson's third, Hope's third. And Castro taking it up himself. Why not have a shot?
Good job there by the Senators to retreat, get into position. Now the throw in here from number 9, Jonathan Hernandez.
The natural state.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. That might have been the nicest thing Will's ever said about me, honestly.
Quite encouraging, Will. Love to hear it. Yep.
He had to say something nice since I called him a great
right.
producer, you know. Who y'all going for? We do not have a rooting interest.
Nope.
I can tell you that's the whole goal, is to keep it unbiased. That's why JP's not on the call right now, because you would absolutely know who JP was going for. And if you're wondering, just listen to the drums banging down there. That's JP.
He's quite a loud guy. I would know. I'm his sweet mate in college.
Good luck.
And Lil Ong trying to force number 5, Alex Hernandez, to the side. It's going to go out for a Senators throw.
Hernandez did a great job towing the line there and keeping the ball in play before eventually being knocked out. I think we got a substitution here, I believe, or are we just switching sides?
Looks like number 24, Miguel Castro, and number 11, Steven Sanchez out. Players replaced. Number 2.
It's Mikey Smith. And our other sub won't turn his back to us, so we can't see the numbers.
Come on, man. Just a little bit more. This be 28.
Felipe now. Nothing working for him there. Now the Senator defense.
William Tate on the ball. And that's going to be a foul right in the middle.
And we're going to pull a card. We're going to get a yellow card here.
Yellow card.
13, Nathan Sanchez.
Felipe on the ball. Taking it on the outside. Beats the defender.
Oh,
Beats
wow.
one more. See if he can get a cross in. Just has to back heel it out. Tries to save it. Senator's throw.
I'd say I've learned a trick in the play-by-play world that I'm trying to figure out how to use, especially in girls play. You know, it's hard to see numbers at times because of all the hair.
Absolutely.
So you always look for something specific to try to
Right.
differentiate. Felipe, very easy. Just look for that cast on the right arm, and you can pick up when Felipe has it every time. And I said yesterday, initially I was like, got to be hard to play with a broken. Wait, it's soccer. You can't use it anyway. So
That's right. Just can't throw in the ball, unfortunately. Headed on by Walter House. Going to be cleared out by the Hope defense. And it's a nice through ball by Felipe.
Gutierrez with a chance.
And
Wide
he's
of
going to
it.
call a penalty.
Oh, wow. Huge.
And Hope is on their feet.
Gutierrez is a Hope fan favorite. I know he has gotten lots of love in our comments over the last couple of days.
Absolutely.
Gutierrez, a fun player to watch down there on the pitch.
Looked like a foul by on Pedro Santa Clara.
And we're going to get a replay here real quick. A little late on it. I think we'll try to hurry it before the penalty kick here, so don't want to miss that.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the Senators here. Let's see if Hope can capitalize. And just almost a minute left to play as well. This could be huge heading into the half. Ref blows the whistle. And it is in the back of the net.
Neil Felipe picks up where he left off yesterday with the goal, and it's 1-0. Hope leads it.
Yeah, 4 goals in 2 games for Felipe. Really, really impressive from this forward. And Senators now left with a big task in hand. Coming back from a 1-0 deficit. But Robinson fans not going away, still making plenty of noise, cheering on their team. Let's see what the Senators can do with a minute left, huh?
Absolutely. It's a big goal to get momentum as you go into the break. Potentially, Robinson would be well served to try to answer here. But I'm looking at the comments, and listen, I'm a sucker for nicknames. All right, I love a good nickname, but I've gotten myself in trouble by using nicknames
you gotta be
that maybe
careful.
weren't allowed. So if the nickname for Mr. Gutierrez is allowable and you guys are good with me saying it, just let me know, because Cookie Monster is awesome.
That could definitely have some negative connotations.
Yes. So I just want to clear the air and make sure that it's
Absolutely.
usable. But that is awesome.
And Lil Ong trying to get it out there. As for the ball back, and there's midfield trying to track. Trying to see the Senators get one more, and they gave it away to the defense. It's about 30 seconds left in this first half. That's a great tackle. Recovered. And that's going to be a clip up. Clock's going to stop here.
Feels like one last chance here for the Senators to
Absolutely.
turn the momentum a little bit before we go to the break.
Ref having some words with Felipe. Just try to keep it down. Don't want this to get chippy or anything.
That's the first goal scored on Robinson the entire state tournament.
And it came from a penalty. Quite unfortunate. Well, let's see how the Senators respond. Let's pump forward, try to head it on. And Pacheco recovering. I'll tell you what, Pacheco's had one heck of a half, timing it perfectly. And that is the end of the first half.
Yeah, that'll do it for our first half. Great job, great match here to get things going in our boys' semifinal. Hope leading it 1-0 as we head to the break here at the 4A state tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. Sam Stewart, Steve Henson. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes with our second half.
.801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
.801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
.801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
(801) Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
(801) Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
(801) Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
All right, welcome back to the 4A State Soccer Tournament, the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. I'm Steve Henson, joined by Sam Stewart here as we get set for our second half. And Sam, a really exciting first half of action there as, really tight back and forth. The difference, a penalty in the box that led to a penalty kick and a goal for Anil Felipe. And so great job and a great first half. We'll see if it can live up to it in the second half. So you were talking as we were getting ready to come out of break, and I definitely want to give some credit to our officials who continue to work through the heat as our players do as well. And I know those guys working hard through each and every one of these matches. And I'm going to go ahead and give my my official PSA. And when we started doing this, I came out as a fan all the time. And I would get pretty irate with our officials, much like most fans do. Most fans do not care for officials because they tell us when we're doing everything wrong. And so, but I've come to the realization that, I don't want to be down there being an official because I'd just throw everybody out, number one.
Yep.
And so what I tell people all the time is, listen, if you have an issue with the way games are being officiated, pick up your phone, call our friends over at the AAA office, ask for Bobby Swafford, and Bobby will send you in the right direction of how you can become an official and come show us how to do it better. So there's a very large lack of officials across all of high school sports. We've got a lot of young folks that don't want to be officials and a lot of older folks that are kind of aging out of the position. And so it is a huge need. I know a few years ago, the state of Oklahoma was having to move football games and split them between Fridays and Saturdays just to have enough officials to officiate games. I don't think we've gotten that far in Arkansas, but I know it's gotten close. So I do want to say, as much as we love to give officials a hard time, and it's one of the great pastimes of sports is to kind of rib our officials, but sometimes it gets taken too far. And the one thing, you got to remember, these are guys men and women down there doing the best they can. So, if you think you can do better, give our friends over at the AAA office a shout, and they'll tell you what to do to become an official.
For sure.
So second half underway here.
And you can see the Robinson bench just standing up right now, giving their team as much encouragement as they're down right now 1-0. And the fans not going away either. Umbrellas are out, drums are smashing, and cheers are loud on both sides.
Don't see any adjustments here for Robinson.
It's a little missed kick.
85 degrees. It's a nice warm day.
It's a nice little shot, but picked up by Cervantes. I think Robinson really has to put the pressure on early and try and get back into this game as soon as possible, because the longer that the clock ticks down, the harder it's going to be for them to try and pull something through. And so especially in that midfield, there needs to be a lot of pressure. There needs to be a lot of closing down on the space. And a lot of connected passes. Drake Holland trying to get inside, but closed off. And keeper's going to pick that up. But yeah, pressure needs to be applied on this Robinson team. Let's see if they can't get one back.
Speaking of our officials, good job there. As Hope player a little frustrated with a lack of a call there. Good job at making an explanation out of our official. Now we've got a stoppage.
We got a player down looking like Miguel Castro. Possibly, I'm not quite sure. Appears to be something wrong with either the knee or the ankle.
Once again, I hope nothing serious here. Looking through the comments, as Cool Dude says, looking at Hope, they won't be able to compete with Dardanelle. Dardanelle might want to worry about Morrilton first before they start worrying about who wins this one.
Absolutely. Once again, in this tournament, it is anyone's game. You never know what can happen. And it is Miguel Castro, and he's going to walk off pretty slowly here, trying to take it easy. I have confidence they will probably be back.
Yeah, good to see Castro come off, and a great training staff here for the Senators, helping him make his way off the field. And
thank you to all those trainers out there on both sides, keeping these guys healthy, giving them great tips, and yeah, much appreciated.
yeah, we have a great trainer here at Robinson. She likes to give me a hard time. I know we spent a lot of time together at the baseball tournament, and she enjoyed giving me a hard time throughout that. So does a great job.
That's tough love. Pump forward, intercepted. There's a little bit of tussle, and pair number 47, Elliot Vasquez, wrapped it around number 13, William Tate. And it's just no one in the midfield. I can only imagine just the amount of pressure, but also the amount of heat that these guys are feeling, both metaphorically and physically.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, you want to, especially, you want to be able to maybe figure out a way to kind of save that energy a little bit as you start to get to that final 20 minutes. But this is it. I mean, you let yourself get down too much here, and desperation mode kicks in early, and suddenly you find yourself down significantly. So it'd be good to see Robinson match and get a goal here and try to tie things up before we get to that water break and when things really ratchet up for that final 20 minutes.
Absolutely. These next 15 minutes are crucial for Robinson.
And when you look on the other side of it, of course, Hope, if you're Hope, you want to add to that lead and try to get to that 2 or 3 goal advantage and really put that pressure on the Senators. They had no issues yesterday knocking off one of the top seeds, or probably one of the prohibitive favorites of this. And so they're not scared of the moment.
Not at all. And you're right. Hope can't let down the pressure here. They need to keep fighting back, and they need to keep pressing forward against this Robinson defense and really test them.
Looks like we got a Morrilton player in the comments right now, Jafet Santos.
Santos, good to have you. Doing some research, I see.
Yeah. Pacheco clears that out. I'm still waiting on our friends in the comments to start telling me how many Super Bowl rings Mr. Pacheco has. There's a Pacheco for the Chiefs, and so it was part of the comments yesterday. I had a lot of fun with that.
And it looks like Hope just has a lot more control of the game right now. Once again, you control the midfield, and you really control the pace of the game. And right now, a lot of Robinson players are just kind of booting it forward, hoping that it reaches that next line, that next phase of their team.
Sam, we saw that yesterday with Green Forest. Hope, early on it was a back and forth affair where it seemed like Green Forest kind of had the advantage, but as soon as Hope took the lead, they really took advantage and controlled the field most of the entirety of that match. And so you've already started to see it here in this one where Hope has had control. So we'll see if there's any adjustments made here that'll kind of help Robinson turn the tide a bit here in this final 34 minutes.
And Drake Collins coming off for who? Not quite sure, but Miguel Castro is coming back on after that little injury scare. Good to see him back. This is number 16, Levi Walterhouse. Coming to take in Drake Collins' spot. Physicality from Castro. And plays it on to Sanchez.
Ooh.
Stevens, my apologies. That's going to be a foul right outside the box. Possible scoring opportunity here, Steve.
Yeah, this is a big chance for the Senators. One of those moments you got to take advantage of.
In set pieces like this, and corners, free kicks, anything can happen on either side of the ball. It's no man's land. Whips it in, gets a head on it. Bobbled, and Pacheco just recovers just in time.
Yeah, Pacheco, very, very fortunate there to be able to recover that. There was a Senator making his way in quickly. That would have had a great shot at it.
It's a great touch from number 15, Alexander Sanchez. And we see Robinson, yeah, starting to put on the pressure a little bit, forcing down one side. Just need to make their chances count.
Reminder, coming up next after this one, roughly 15 minutes after this one finishes, it'll be the Lady Senators, the #1 seed, battling the 4 seed Episcopal. Winner of that one will face off with the Brooklyn Lady Bearcats next weekend at UCA for a state championship.
Cal Castro looking to kick this off. Just knowing there to meet it in the midfield. Hope recovers.
I know that everybody getting excited, but I'll remind folks that keep it clean in the chat. That is the one thing we ask. Reminder, you're watching kids play. And let's keep that in mind as we do our trash talk.
Castro strong in the defense.
Good to see Castro back out there.
Indeed. You know, one thing is this defense on Robinson, it's proven their worth. They're very physical, very strong on the ball, great at shielding, and great communicators with their goalkeeper, Cervantes.
There's an opening here.
Oh,
man.
Bit of a risky move by number 3, Carlos Garcia, but he trusts his goalkeeper and it pays off.
I'll tell you, that's part of what I was talking about earlier. It's what we saw a lot of. Pacheco takes a lot of chances coming out, and he gets away with it pretty often. And to your point, the communication piece is big there.
Going to be a foul, number 15, Alexander Sanchez. Followed through just a bit too much. But yeah, let's just hope that Pacheco, through those risks, doesn't concede. Castro to kick off. Just waiting for his offense to get set. Walter House recovers. He's going to be throwing Senators. A little under 10 minutes before the next water break. And it's deflected out for a corner. It's a good cross in.
Ooh.
From my angle, it looked like it was going top right. It just went right out of the box.
I'm not sure if that was a bit of a miss kick. All his Senators on the backside there and just couldn't find anybody. Made it a little easier as Hope was able to get in the way.
It looks like substitution for the Hope Bobcats.
This feels like a hockey line change as we see a whole new group of Bobcats on. Gutierrez is one of those. Affectionately known as Cookie Monster, as we found out.
So it's confirmed we're good?
I mean, I'm not going to use it over, but when a fan of the team uses it, I feel like we may be at least
it's okay.
safe.
Yeah.
So.
A little mishap by Castro, but Cervantes going to clear that out. Kick it over. So Steven's going to throw it in. Looking for some help in the box. He's going to be headed out for a goal kick.
There's a lot of trash talk in our comments based on a potential matchup. Not so much trash talk about this game in particular, which is kind of funny. That's the kind of trash talk, though, that can be managed on the field for sure, as we'll find out soon enough who is the better squad. Kicked out.
For a throw all the way in the stands. It's a great touch. And Tate is on it. We cleared out with number 4, Dylan Mercado. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh!
Wow.
And Seth Stevens with an absolute beauty.
I love the
Just
celebration
inside
here.
the box.
A great celebration as well. What
Stevens
a goal.
going to celebrate with his teammates and his coach.
We've got the replay here. This is a great
Goes and hugs
job.
his coach. Unbelievable strike from Stevens just inside the box. A little scissor kick volley, catching Pacheco off guard.
Wow.
And that is beautiful. It's the replay there.
That was impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a tie game. Just before the last water break as well. This is exactly what Robinson needed here. And this crowd and JP on the drum are going ballistic.
Hope,
And
man.
that's a crunching tackle about the 10-yard line, and it's going to be free kick.
I was going to say, Hope was playing with a man down there. They had an injured Bobcat at about the 26-yard line on the football field. And no stoppage until went out there. So
It's actually a goal kick.
Senators unable to take advantage.
And Robinson's getting loud here, trying to help on their team.
Be very interested now to see how the Bobcats respond. You know, they did a good job of that yesterday every time Green Forest scored.
Absolutely. And if we've learned anything in this tournament, hope is not going away. It's literally in their name. And Tate still on the ball here.
The footwork out of Tate.
It's a beautiful job.
You know, and something I've noticed, Sam, here in this second half so far, we've not seen hardly any touches out of Anil Felipe. It does seem like Robinson's trying to keep it away from number 8 here in this second half.
Yeah, pretty rare, honestly. But if we're hope here, we're hoping that Felipe as well as Joshua Ramos gets on the ball ASAP to give hope.
Right on cue, but they'll clear it away from him.
Cleared out, brought down by Tate. A little bit of a scuffle. A good turn from him. Takes his space. And it's going to be intercepted.
Starting to see
You see all the space on the left side here that Hope could really use right now.
I think we've got, sorry to interrupt, I think we've got some guys cramping down there right now. I'm watching, it's at 13, Tate flexing that right leg a lot. I saw a couple Bobcats doing the same thing. You can see trying to rub that cramp out before it really takes hold.
And you also see the frustration. I believe number 8 on Hope. Yeah, Felipe. Trying to, number 10, sorry, Ramos, trying to get his team back into it.
Sub Gutierrez out now. I think Tate's set as well for the Senators. Try to get a little extra couple of minutes before the water break, probably to hydrate, and just a little extra few minutes at break time.
The Senators starting to chant. Here's 14 taking it in. And it's just cleared out. It's a good run. Stevens with the throw. Looking for a long bomb here in the box. Looked to be a little bit of a foul there. Checker to take. It's just out of bounds. Hope throw.
Now Felipe.
It's going to be fouled. Felipe showing his passion. Pretty disappointed with the call there with the ref.
Felipe trying to get a little extra explanation here, but a good job by both him and the official.
Mm-hmm. It's a big kick by Pedro Santa Clara. Robinson's trying to string passes, gets intercepted. And it's a great recovering tackle. Number 7, Kenyon Przowski, very present in the midfield.
Now you're starting to see Felipe get frustrated. He may be banged up a little bit. He's down on the knee here at the 40. Taking his time. He took quite an undercut there on that dive.
Yeah, it just goes to show just Robinson's physicality in their defense, and just this is not going to be an easy one to take back.
Corner kick.
It's a great corner. Pacheco just punches it out.
Oh, a great play.
Clara with a great clear. And Drake Holland at the end of it.
Oh, just wide of the net.
Great persistence from the Robinson defense, putting back the pressure. Pacheco to take. A little bit of a scuffle there. Felipe wins that.
So we should see our last water break here at our next stoppage, as we're right down to the 20-minute mark. I think one key here as we get to this final stretch will be composure for Hope, as they seem to be getting a little frustrated at times.
Absolutely.
This one finds its way out.
Should be the last play before the water break. Yeah, it's weather temperature's reaching about 90 degrees with humidity.
No signal for the water break yet. We'll get a corner kick here from Hope.
Hope to take. It's cleared out by Przowski.
Oh, nice.
It's a great turn. Falls to Drake Holland, hoping to switch the field. And it's a major push in the back. Ref's going to stop the clock.
A yellow card here. And that'll be on Joshua Ramos.
Hope showing their frustration right now, and Robinson only fueling the fire. Santa Clara to take.
The kick here from Santa Clara.
Pacheco recovers. I'm still not calling the water break here.
I'm a little surprised, but also I feel like this plays well for Robinson. They've got some momentum here. And I think one thing that you don't want, we've talked about the composure piece. I don't know how much you want to see, if you're Robinson right now, Hope have the opportunity to go sit and talk and recompose themselves at this point. I think you want to continue to put the pressure on if possible. We'll see how much longer the officials let this go before we do go to the water break.
Absolutely.
Those are AAA mandated. Once the temperatures reach a certain point, it's that, what's that called, the bulb test, whatever that thing is that they have over there.
You know more than me, Steve.
I forget what they call it. Well, I only know it because we deal with it in August and September during football season quite a bit. We've had games get moved back because of the heat and that bulb that they have that tells you what the humidity levels are. And I think now we may see the water break, and we will. So we will take the water break, and so thanks for joining us here at the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. If foot or ankle pain is slowing you down, it's time to visit the experts at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Doctors Martin, Matthews, and Parham provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for foot and ankle issues, from common problems to more serious conditions. They're here to get you back on your feet, literally. Call Ortho at 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today and get back to living pain-free. That's 501-686-8674.
801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here. And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
All right, welcome back to the 4A State Soccer Tournament here on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. I'm Steve Henson, joined by Sam Stewart. Appreciate you joining me here today to bring the soccer knowledge. And man, hope you're having a good time. It's you kind of your debut on the headset, but I know you've been excited and having a good time. So appreciate you joining in with us.
Absolutely, this has been one heck of a day. I'm super excited to be here, as I've already said. I just can't wait for more soccer. Yeah. So, and it's a really, really good game. Hope won. Robinson won. Under 20 minutes left. This is what you live for.
You know, it's kind of, we talked about it throughout that first half, being able to turn the momentum a little bit, and you feel the momentum, even up here, starting to shift a little bit towards Robinson. So I think, the water break probably a key for Hope, as we talked about before, to try to regain that composure. You're seeing them get a little frustrated at a lack of a call here or there. You saw Felipe kind of down on a knee over here, just trying to kind of compose and regain his energy levels. And so probably perfect timing for that break. And so now back to action.
Absolutely. Interested to see how both these teams finish with under 20 minutes left. They're fatigued. They're tired. It is hot out there on that turf. Especially if you got black cleats on, it doesn't help you out.
No doubt.
So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams go moving forward. What tactics are, how they're going to score. It's going to be interesting to see what the coaches told them at half with the water break.
Great sportsmanship there out of William Tate as he got tangled up with a Hope Bobcat, and it'll lead to the free kick here from Pacheco. Booted away. Great group of folks watching, over 300 on the live right now, so we appreciate you guys and
Good to have
gals.
y'all.
Hope you're enjoying the action and the commentary and the broadcast today.
He's going to be booted forward in number 2, Brian Jimenez. Trying to knock it down.
Still loose.
Wow. That's great defense and recovery from Robinson there. And you just see Cervantes just poke it out. Just get it out of there.
Yeah, Cervantes may have banged himself up a little bit as he's kind of trying to stretch out. Hopefully no cramping going on there. But fortunate Robinson, because Cervantes kind of lost his balance and was able to regain it just in time. But it looked like that was going to lead to an open net, and it did not, as Cervantes did a good job of regaining his balance, but may have paid for it.
Really
a little extra stretch there.
Yeah, really awkward save there. But as long as it's out of the goal, it's going to be a free kick for Robinson. And they go quickly. Tate on the end of it flicks it over.
Oh,
Gets
what a
inside,
move.
Shoots it. It's a great save by Pacheco.
Some impressive footwork there out of Tate just to make space. But impressive as well by Pacheco to get in there and scoop that one up.
It's great hustle from the Robinson defense. Just trying to get it out of the feet of number 8, Aniel Felipe. That's their dangerous player, Felipe, as well as Joshua Ramos.
Oh, Jimenez.
Just ahead. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Looking like Castro to take.
And when we're handed out attaboys, I want to give one to our guy Avery McMullen up on top of the press box. He's dealing with the elements himself. He's got to hang out in the AC the last 2 days on production, and now at least he's got a canopy and some breeze up there. But he's dealing with the elements. We appreciate Avery.
This quick throw from Robinson. Holland on the end. No call from the ref. Looking like a goal kick.
Great recognition there out of Robinson. I believe it was Seth Stevens on that throw in, and there was a Hope player trying to adjust a shin pad or something, And I think Stevens noticed that it was a defender that wasn't back, and they tried to beat that and just couldn't quite get it into the box.
And the good thing about throw-ins is that there's no offsides. So the opposing, the offensive player can be as far behind the line as he possibly can. It really just depends on the strength of the thrower. And so Stevens being really smart there, trying to catch the defense off guard. Here he is again, trying to find space. And it's a good tackle from Hopes. 21, David Ruiz.
Not going to make the Senator fans happy, as they felt that was off of Hope, but based on the direction of that ball went, it looked like it had to have been off of the Senators.
Stevens going to boot that out to the middle. Tate once again.
Oh, let's
Ref
hope
says
Tate's
play on.
okay. Tate,
Pretty dangerous tackle there.
he definitely got rolled up. He seems to be moving okay at the moment. Took him a minute.
Castro shoving him off. It's going to be a foul. Castro explaining his case, but ref's not having it. Ramos goes quickly.
He's got a man there. Had Felipe leaking behind everybody. And
As one player you do not want in behind your line. It's great chemistry from those two. We've been seeing it all day. And Cervantes to take.
I was checking out the comments here. We're approaching 400 people watching live right now. And everybody, obviously, a lot of Morrilton fans have already made their way into the chat watching this one in preparation for who their potential opponent could be if they can win later today. Javette Santos getting a lot of love in our comments for state tournament MVP. Number 8 out there for Hope, though, has got something to say about that with the production he's had so far.
Absolutely. 4 goals in 2 games is pretty impressive enough.
And I'll be honest, I don't remember what he scored in the first one, even though I had that match. I can't remember how many, if he had scored in that first match, but he has filled it up over these 3 days.
Absolutely. And if there's any other stats that y'all know, please share in the comments.
Yeah, I think that'd be one great thing to be able to add is, if we have even anybody here in the stadium keeping those stats.
Would love to hear it.
Jeez. Oh, man. You got to love the comment sections. Jafet going to get it all before it's all said and done, I tell you. Rings.
Thank you for that amazing comment. Good to know. Good to know. Senators trying to keep it in. Felipe losing it. Ramos just clears it out into the stands. Looked pretty aggressive there, but we play on. It's a bit of shoulder action from Felipe, and the ref's not liking that. Felipe's been pretty riled up since the start of this second half. He's just been getting pretty banged up by the Robinson defense and just not getting the calls that he wants. So him and the ref have been pretty chippy, but we play on. And Pacheco's going to recover that. Plays it out wide.
Just 9.5 left to play here.
In these final 10 minutes, tensions are really, really high. Fans are going to be most likely up on their feet, really giving their team the extra motivation that they need. And that's going to be a foul. on hope. But no, tensions are high. This is for a state final ticket. Who's going to come out on top?
And, you know, if you're Robinson, you maybe feeling a little extra pressure on your home field. You know, you want to be able to win it. You know that you set it up this way, and so maybe the pressure's starting to mount a little bit. But same thing, hope.
This time, header.
Oh, man.
Bit of a wasteful kick there from number 15. Grant Treader. Unfortunate there for Robinson. And Pacheco to kick.
Apparently there's a party at Jared Salazar's house later if you guys would like to make it. I'm going to pass on that invitation. Appreciate it, though.
Be interested to see what's going on over at the party.
I can guess, especially if Jafet shows up.
Yeah, is Jafet's new girlfriend going to be there?
Okay, y'all.
Yeah, anyways, Robinson recovers. Trying to move forward here. And plays a nice, beautiful ball, but it's going to be intercepted with 14, Fabian Aguilar. He's been constant all game, intercepting, being a problem for the Robinson offense.
Abraham, if it is tied, we'll go it's same as it's been. So 2 overtime or 2 golden goal periods. If no one makes a goal in either of those 2, then we'll go to penalty kicks after that. Those will be 10-minute golden goal periods. And we've already had one of those today.
Robson with a shot. Pacheco gathers. That's a good string of passes here. That's a great tackle to stop the momentum against Felipe. And Robson breaks.
Felipe is just absolutely exhausted. You can see him down here, just shoulders down, frustrated that he couldn't clear that.
You know, but that passion, that fire, the rest of Hope feels that. The fans feel it. They're just trying to help him along. But yeah, he's been the heart and soul of this Bobcats team. Really driving, really pushing his team to be better, to do better, to go and punch their state final ticket. Robson's going to recover. And Levi going up against 4. Oh, he's going to be kicked out. Substitution for Robinson. Shredder going out.
Eric Perez believes that we should be the MVPs of the state tournament, so I'll take it.
Oh,
Appreciate that.
that's so nice. It's going to be Stevens to throw. It's the wrong throw. Long throw. It's going to go out.
Time ticking away quickly. 5.5 now to go.
You know, if you're Hope here, you really got to start pressing and testing this Robinson team, this Robinson defense. Not a whole lot of time left. Tate holding off. And Castro covers. There's Stevens on the wing, hoping to get a cross in.
We've seen it already. Stevens can score from anywhere.
Indeed. And it's a good shot. Pacheco. Good stance and positioning and easy gathering. Now Hope looking to counter and break. It's a good move.
Alex.
Felipe recovers.
See if Felipe can do some Castro. Good D there. Alex Perez asked what we think about DeQueen. I think they're at home.
Cervantes the kick over to the wing, number 2. It's looking to be a handball, just a bit too high.
I also want to know what we know about Jared Salazar. I know nothing about him. I know you guys like him a lot in the chat, though. And he's got a party going tonight.
Vasquez to take.
Just 4 minutes to play.
It's a good ball forward, getting ahead on it. Easy gathering for Javantes. Trying to talk to his team, trying to find open spacing. Who wants it more? It's awkward.
Uh-oh.
Trying to clear it. Number 23, Pedro Santa Clara, just whiffing at it. Unfortunate. It's going to go out for a hope throw.
Looks like Felipe trying to avoid cramping up over here as he's stretching more and more.
Yeah, Felipe's been working really, really hard all day. And this weather's not really helping him out. And Vasquez pumping it forward. Oh, let it go to the middle.
No, that one Felipe had a look at it. And wow, a break. And now we've got a Senator down in front of the net. Can't tell who that is.
Looking like Castro again.
That's what I thought. It is Castro. I saw 23, similar build to Castro. So I kind of hesitated.
And the trainer's going right back over to Castro again. Oh, but he's getting up. That's a tough kid right there. Tough kid. Looked to be a foul in the box. But yeah, you never let that go through. You have to be the first to the ball, especially when it's in the middle of the box. You can't just assume your keeper is going to be there the whole time. And so Senator's really lucky not to give away a goal there. Hearing some positive reinforcement from the Hope fans. Cheering their team on, hoping to get to the state finals. And just under 2 minutes left to play.
And we will. If we do head to golden goal time, we'll have a 5-minute break between. Stop me if you've heard this before. Antonio Brown detained today.
That's a good ball forward to Drake Holland. It's going to be knocked out. And ref's calling a goal kick.
Yeah, I think a tough break there as the Senators were in position, and I think the way the ball kind of turned, it just caught the foot of the Senator player and off him out of bounds. So
very insightful call from the ref there. Senators on their feet right now.
Uh-oh.
Number 2 stays on his feet, plays the ball. Number 8, Felipe.
That's who you want it
Absolutely.
with if you're Hope right now. And a nice pass.
Vasquez opening the corner. Oh.
Huge mistake there.
Unfortunate from Alex Hernandez. Just couldn't get that touch. We're just going to stop the clock here. Having some words with Stevens.
Oh, and a yellow card for
yellow
Stevens is huge here.
That is not what you want to see as a Senator. And the fans making their request known to the ref, questioning why Stevens is now off.
I wasn't paying attention to Stevens there. I'm not sure what happened. He caused him to draw the yellow card.
I'm sure Stevens replaced number 15, Grant Shredder. Yeah, unfortunate loss there right now for the Senators. 30 seconds left to play. Shredder taking on himself.
Oh, good move.
It's a great, no, not Shredder, excuse me.
Oh,
William
Tate.
Tate gets hammered.
I gotta hurry here, 10 seconds.
It's your
Clock
last chance
running.
here. Get your team set. And he's going to stop the clock here.
Oh, and a yellow
Yeah.
card. Wow.
Getting really chippy here in the last few seconds here. Number 22. Yeah, here Velasquez now being sent off.
That's going to give Tate a shot at it here. As soon as they rewind the clock, 5 seconds.
There's plenty of time to get a head on the ball and in the back of the net. And if you've been practicing set pieces in training, this is what you're prepared for.
A few more adjustments here as they do get that set up.
Resetting clock to 10 seconds. Or 9, sorry.
9, yep. What a moment it would be for William Tate if he can find the net here, or at least set something up to get it in the net with his brother on crutches over there. Heart and soul, this soccer program's been through so much. Now you get William Tate with an opportunity to send his squad to the state championship game.
Everyone on their feet, Tate to take. That's going to be cleared out by Hope, and we are headed to golden goal.
Boy, semifinal Saturday, living up to the billing. Our second match in a row to head to overtime. We'll have golden goal time here in just a moment when we get back at the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. We'll be back in about 3 minutes for golden goal time.
801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us a it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
.801 Cottage Drive, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. It is a beautiful hospital that I think was one of the big draws for me to actually start my practice here.
Right.
And if you're an art connoisseur, there's, I believe, over 100 pieces of art by local Arkansans. So it's just a beautiful building and a nice setting to have your care.
So give us it's on the campus of UAMS, right?
Right.
If you're thinking broadly. And the hours there, as you mentioned, are fantastic. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturdays too.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
All right, welcome back here to the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. I'm Steve Henson along with Sam Stewart, and semifinal Saturday is living up to it as, you wait all year for your opportunity to play for a state championship, and now game number one, they had to wait a little longer all the way to penalty kicks. And a 1-1 tie, and here we go again in game number two in the first game of boys action. Headed to overtime, golden goal time. First goal wins it. I know you guys were talking about it during that first one and equating it to the game of football and the overtime rules in the game of football with the funny shape ball. And, it in some ways definitely, similar. But, in football, if on first possessions, if teams score, then the other side gets a chance. Here, if you knock a goal through, it is over with. So the pressure ratchets up even more right now because there is no room for any sort of error here as we get into golden goal time.
Yeah, at this point, it's all about who can go out there and play the hardest, who can go out there and play the smartest. And, both of these teams, they've got heart, they're smart on the ball. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this overtime is going to play out. Hope to start.
10 minutes to decide a trip to the state championship, and if not, we'll do 10 minutes more of it. And I do wonder, when we talk about other sports and home field advantage, and you go to overtime, you never really want to go to overtime on an opponent's home field because you feel like they're going to have that momentum. I'm curious from your perspective, when you get into golden goal time, does this benefit anyone? Does it benefit the home squad or is it just kind of even on both ends?
Steve, you got parents yelling from one side to the other, trying to help their team along and to see who can go out there and win this game. And so when you look at the stands in Robinson, Hope right now has got the bigger fan base. But at the same time, this field and the fans that they have, very familiar with. And so it's going to be a really, really tight game. And that's a good through ball. Stevens.
Stevens the difference right now, the only goal, and we're going to get a...
But to answer that question, it definitely does make a difference when you got your home field and your fans cheering you on.
Is that Felipe with the yellow card? I can't see the number.
21.
No. Okay.
And number 21, David Ruiz, giving a yell in the dangerous spot here. It looks like William Tate's going to be kicking it.
A big opportunity.
Actually, could be Grant Schroeder. Oh, it's Tate.
Our official relaying the message here. Let's settle it down, I think is probably the message being relayed to the Hope Bobcat players.
Absolutely, and got to stay behind that white line.
Take a look at Coach Escola down here on our track on this sideline in front of us, and you can tell waiting nervously as well as the ladies play next.
Sting it over the box. Oh, it's a beauty! It's an absolute beauty! And Robinson books their ticket to the state final.
Wow. William Tate sends the Senators to Conway, and we said it previous to the kick before regulation ended. What a dream scenario for William Tate to have the opportunity to send his team to the state title with his brother on crutches over there on the track, and he does it in golden goal time. A golden goal for William Tate will send the Senators to the state championship game next week at UCA. What a finish.
Unbelievable. And you see Tate's the first one to go over to Hope as well, and just...
Here's a replay, Sam, is... What a
beauty.
Just outside of the outstretched arms of Pacheco. And you see the devastation for the Bobcats as they hit the turf. Exhilaration for the Senators as they come pouring out of their bench. And it's got to be tough if you're Hope to see the Senators dancing right in front of your bench as they come out across the turf. And Unbelievable finish here. As someone in the comments said, Robinson from downtown, and they did it to pick up the victory. Congratulations to the Senators. Wow.
Some might call it a Pazuki.
I missed my opportunity. Oh, man. What a finish here from our first semifinal in boys action as Coach Escola gets ready to hand out the ticket to Conway, and then he'll have to hustle back and get ready for girls action coming up next as the Senators will face off against Episcopal. And good to see John Tate out there in his knee brace and crutches being able to celebrate with his team at midfield. I bet he's one of the first ones to grab that ticket. All right. Well, Sam, that's going to do it for us here from our first boys semifinal. Man, I don't know if it can live up to it for our final two. The first half's been a lot of fun.
That's going to be hard to beat. It's been a pleasure, Steve.
Absolutely. All right, appreciate you guys joining us here at the 4A State Soccer Tournament on the Natural State Sports Network, presented by UAMS Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. For Avery McMullen up top, Will Watkins over here in production, Sam Stewart, I'm Steve Henson. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes for our girls, our second girls semifinal, and a right to go to UCA.